You're probably watching this video right now because you're afraid of trying something new and it possibly failing. You fear posting that picture and fear that people are gonna judge me and I should not post this. You just fear missing out on life because you just started doom scrolling on Instagram and seeing everyone living their best life compared to you right now. Whatever is going on in your mind right now, I feel you. Good news is you came to the right place because I'm here to help you conquer your fears, look them in the eye, and say, bye bye. We're not allowing it to consume us and dictate our future. Fear, IDK her. So before we start, hi, I'm Trixie and welcome to my channel where I discuss all things self-development and spirituality to help you become your best and brightest self. Let's jump right into it. So here are the video chapters if you want to skip to the parts that you're interested in. Let's get to what fear is. What is the root of it, and what are the 3 signs for you to recognize fear? When you look up the definition, fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to happen, or a threat. It's very normal for us to have that survival instinct, that fight, flight, or freeze mode. It's a way to protect ourselves, from these negative scenarios. The first sign of fear is that it is rooted in your beliefs. Right? For example, your fear of failing a job interview comes from the belief that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough to get a job. Fear of posting that selfie on Instagram could come from the belief of evil eye, which hinders you to put yourself out there. We might have believed all of these things, based on our conditioning, based on our childhood experiences growing up, and possibly like negative traumatic experiences that happened in the past. But at the end of the day, these things happened. These things are done. And who is to say that it will happen again in the exact same way? Where is the basis in reality? Get it that we want to protect ourselves, but it's actually holding us back. How many times did you fear the worst case scenario and it didn't really happen? Say, for me, for example, like I had this severe stage fright growing up. Like when I was asked to sing in front of a lot of people, like I'd fear that I'd hit the wrong note or I'd possibly trip on stage and people would judge me so harshly. But I'd go up on stage and then I sing, and then after I do that, I'm like, well, that wasn't really so bad. Like all of these things in my head that I imagined didn't really happen. I felt like I had to go through the experience twice because half of the stuff that I thought didn't really happen. Second evidence of fear is a conditioning of the mind focused on the past and the future, but not in the present moment. We either, again, imagine the horrible future scenarios of what could happen, or just like relive a cringy or hurtful experience of the past and just wallow in self-pity and sadness. But the thing is, it happens all in here in your mind and not really out here. That means it's actually not real. That's what fear stands for. Like, this is something that I've learned and actually really helped me shift my perspective. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Sometimes we think, we're so consumed by fear that we think it's the real thing, but it's actually not. We think it's the real thing, we let it consume us, that it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy because we think it in our minds, like we believe in it, which then results to us actually happening. And we don't want that to happen, right? For example, like I fear being single forever and never getting a partner. But girl, where is the evidence of that? And because of that fear rooted in your belief that you're gonna be single forever, you then not put yourself out there, and then you actually fulfill that belief. Like it's just going to strengthen that belief. Or like, this is the wrong kind of Delulu, playing that horror movie, playing that illusion in your mind with no basis in reality. That you forget to fully live and enjoy the present moment, which really all there is. Like, you might be missing out because so in here that you'd never really make the most out of what's actually going on here in the present moment. Because the past and the future, they don't really exist. There's only right now. And that is where fear thrives. In the past and in the future. So the third sign of fear is the kind of voice that it speaks in. My favorite tarot readers on YouTube, Iso Tarot, she summed this up. She said that fear or anxiety screams and intuition whispers. Anxiety is like fear times 10 on a spiral and out of control. Once you hear that sort of nagging, restless voice telling you, pressuring you to do something, or this like low, deep voice, like, hala, like, oh, like this is gonna happen to you, that is your fear. And your thoughts would influence your emotions, and then your body would feel that very heavy, sinking feeling of dread. You're already living out the scenario even if it hasn't happened yet. Now that you know what fear is, what would happen if you let it win? First, you will be stuck in analysis paralysis. What does that mean? That means you're just stuck in your mind. You're just stuck here, like overthinking everything, and you're stuck. You're paralyzed, right? Because you're overthinking. You're analyzing all the scenarios in your head. You're in your mind instead of actually going towards your goals and dreams and just doing it. You're focused on the thinking rather than the doing. Girl, you have so much potential to reach your goals, like right here, right now, but you're here just like playing that horror movie and wasting your time. You could have used that energy in more productive ways, but because of fear, you stay stagnant. Your dreams are waiting around for you, and whatever we think is gonna happen, 99% of the time, it won't. It's just false evidence appearing real. Remember? The lack of action will cause that lack of confidence, and then it will affirm that negative belief, which will strengthen that fear, and then the cycle continues on and on and on. But nah, we are not gonna do that anymore. We are going to feel the fear and do it anyway. Like, this is a phrase that has helped me. I just say this in my mind, and then like all of a sudden I'll be like, I'ma prove fear wrong. That's something that I really recommend that you guys say to yourself. But then it's unrealistic naman to say that we can eliminate fear just like that. Like, no, that's not possible. It's like the thoughts would come on autopilot, and then like these fears would come up, pop up all of a sudden, or we get triggered by something, and then the thought just comes in. But here's what you'll do. So instead of automatically believing what your thoughts or your fears tell you, you're gonna be like, fear, thank you for the reminder. Thank you for protecting me. Like, I know that this is just your way of protecting me, but no thanks. I'm gonna do it anyway, but I'm gonna keep that in mind. Then, for some reason, because we acknowledged it in a very kind and loving way, the fearful thought just goes and passes. Yes, the fear is there, but instead of hindering me, I'm using it to fuel me. And you could do the same. It's uncomfortable, but you have to embrace that discomfort. Like, it's gonna be hard at first, because like these thoughts, again, they go on autopilot, right? It'll be hard at first, but you'll get the hang of it. Okay, like we'll just be more loving to our thoughts. Like, thank you for the reminder, but no thank you. Yeah, we're just gonna let it go. So now that we know what it is, now that we have our mindset shift, let's look into what are some of the things that you can do to help overcome that fear. I'll be giving you guys 5 steps in order to do that. First is go do it, girl. Just go do it. Do whatever it is that scares you. Like, whatever that fear, do it. Whatever, like, challenge yourself. Do whatever you feel called to do. For me, like, setting up this camera and like recording this first YouTube video, even though like no one probably see this, like, I'm doing it anyway because like I'm not afraid. Worst case scenario is not gonna happen. No matter how intimidating or nerve-wracking that is, do it. Because the more that you get out of your comfort zone, the more you embrace your discomfort, the more confidence you are actually cultivating within yourself. Whatever it is, like if you're looking for a sign to do the thing that you're scared of, just do it. Go post that picture. Go shoot your shot. Go just do it. Okay? Second step, journal. So grab out your journal. It could be a physical journal, it could just be on your notes app, anywhere. Okay? Just reflect and look at all that you're afraid of. Like list it all down. Take the moment, take like 10 minutes, 20 minutes to just like list down all your fears and then list at the side of that what beliefs might have stemmed from those fears. Say again, like your fear of not getting a significant other could be from the belief that you are unlovable, etc., etc. Also, figure out, journal, what are my triggers? Even though it may be hard, to do this at first, to really get real with yourself, it's really helpful. Like for me, journaling has really helped me just unload all my thoughts, put it into paper. Because sometimes it can get so overwhelming in here, and like we have no channel to express it. And I would really recommend that you get a journal and just like dump it. Like right after journaling or right after writing, you just feel 10 times better. I recommend it. Like, we gotta get to the bottom of our fears, girl. Third is detach from the outcome. Our fears, they're usually centered again on unfavorable outcomes, right? We're so afraid of the end result that we forget to really just enjoy the process. And the process is usually found right here in the present moment. If it turns out good, then great, let's celebrate. But then if it turns out bad, at least it's a lesson, it's a learning experience. I win either way. Well, failures are stepping stones, right? So at least I'm not on square one. At least I just did it anyway, and that is something to celebrate. Fourth is meditate. Meditate or pray. And just have that moment of silence, just to sit with yourself, not do anything. Just be. Just still yourself. If you're a beginner at this, I recommend guided meditations on YouTube. I personally watch either Headspace meditations or Lavender's meditations. Like, she will guide you through it. They will guide you through it, and it's super helpful. Like, right after I finish a meditation, I'm like, thank you, I feel so at peace. Like, fear, where is she? So just try it out. Try it out. If it works for you, it's great. Like, you could also pray. That's a great way also to just quiet your mind, to stay still, talk with God or the universe or whatever higher being you believe in. Final step is to lead with your heart. Because your fear is rooted in your mind, right? In your ego, in your thoughts. But try to lead with and follow your heart in everything, right? So then how would you know it's your heart? As cheesy as it sounds, it's your heart when it's that gut feeling. It's the one that whispers, right? Because anxiety screams, intuition whispers. It's the one that whispers. So it feels sure, it feels calm, it feels quiet, it feels like a little nudge. That's it. That's the sweet spot. And it's not shouting at you. It's not pressuring you to do anything. It's not like a scary horror deep movie voice. So yeah. And to end this video, I'll be pulling out a card because I love tarot, but I will be pulling a tarot card and reading it for everyone watching. So the deck that I'll be using is the Wisdom of the Oracle tarot deck. I shuffled off cam and here's what you got. So you got the Observer. And what I'm getting right away is that for those watching, what Spirit, what God urges you right now is to just observe your thoughts. Be the observer, right? Like, instead of just resonating or immediately agreeing to whatever that fearful thought and dwelling in it, you're just observing it and be like, you're just observing it. You're not judging it. You're just thanking it. Like, because it's protecting you. It's letting you think of, okay, this might happen. At least I'm prepared, but it's not true. So it's just on the observer. I don't know if you see it. There, the observer. This meaning of the card is perspective, objectivity, observation from a distance. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences so much that they come to believe that these are their only reality. Exactly. Like, you're identifying so much with what you know, right? That you think that that's your reality. You get so caught up in the illusion. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. To end, here are some affirmations that you could say in your mind or out loud, to help shift, to help change those fearful thoughts. I choose love over fear. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. I am strong, brave, and resilient. I am so much more than my fears. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching. That ends my video. So hit like and subscribe for more videos. I'll be making more uplifting content like this. So if you would want more of that, please hit the subscribe button or just comment on, you know, what do you think of the video? So guys, see you in my next video. I really hope this helped you. So bye.